Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cole. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing some of your Speed Champions models. Alright boys and girls, we have quite a list of models for you today. I was just going to start it off with the Mark IV Supra by Runestone Builds. And as you can see here, we have quite a nice red Supra. It's very clean. Some nice techniques used for the sides, which is, looks nice intake and stuff. Got nice wing, cool body kit and the front bumper. Yeah, very nice, very clean, really well done. Next up, this one, well, doesn't scream car. It's got 4 wheels, so it's close enough, which is the Claas Jaguar 840 Forage Harvester by Thiat Meyermach. Hope I'm saying your name right. But it is an extremely cool looking combine harvester. This guy makes some extremely cool looking farm equipment and other similar things, so I highly recommend you go follow him. In fact, I recommend you follow all these builders. I'll link to all their websites and Instagram and Rebrickable down below if you want to follow them. But yeah, this looks incredibly good. I'm not a big expert on building farm equipment, obviously, so I can't really give too much on it, but I really like the detail used in the front arm and you have a really cool contrast with the really chunky kind of rear area. But yeah, nice colors that are obviously the real colors and looks very good. Next up by Tiz Jonas, I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. We have the second gen Dodge Ram 2500 Cummins. I'm not a truck building expert, but this is a very cool looking truck. I like the dark red. That's a really cool color to build in. We've got some cool suspension details and things. Yeah, actually quite nice balance of suspension detail and then a really clean looking body. But yeah, really good job. Then we have the Ferrari Enzo by NV Carmox. And this is a really nice model of the Ferrari Enzo, one of my favorite cars, and some really cool techniques used, especially to get the front end done how it is. It looks really good. A lot of crazy stuff going on there. Wow, that's a lot going on. I can't really point out everything in particular because there's so much going on, but yeah, really nicely detailed. Sides are also really well done, some cool shaping there, and the rear also looks quite nice. I like the roller skates for the taillights. I've often wondered how you would do that if you built an Enzo, and yeah, it looks very good. So yes, excellent job from Nard. Next up, we have the Chevy C10 Baja Custom by Suspicious Bricks. Again, I'm not a huge off-road expert, but this looks very cool. We have, I guess, a Chevy C10 lifted Baja truck style. We got some lights up on top. We got some sort of details in the back. Looks like gas can, spare tire, all that kind of stuff. Looks really cool. Nice color scheme as well. Black with gold wheels. That looks very cool. Next up, we have this BMW E32 7 Series by the Slow Drifter 2.0 on Rebrickable. And this is really cool because this particular 7 Series is one of my favorite cars. And the Slow Drifter 2.0 here has done a very nice job of getting the proportions right and stuff. Especially the front end, how he's done the kidney grills with the tooth pieces. The sloped hood is very nice. And I also like the rear bumper. That looks quite nice and clean. No, next up we have the Tesla Model Y by Luna Bricks on Rebrickable. It's a really nice 6-wide Tesla Model Y. The Tesla is just not a generally very much built car in Lego, but this is a very nice rendition of it, very clean. Really cool technique for the headlights with the wedge plates, and yeah, just generally very clean model. Nice job of the Model Y, which I actually like it, the Tesla Model Y, but that's another story. But yeah, this looks really good. Next up we have the Toyota GT86 by Alex Qwerty. And this is actually a really cool looking model. There are a lot of really super insane techniques used on this one, especially in the engine bay. The headlight connection technique is really mind-hurting, boggling, whatever. I don't know why. That looks really insane, especially how we have the engine in there as well. The rear also looks very nice. I like the taillight technique, which is pretty simple, but actually looks just like the real thing. That is really well done. Next up, we have the Pagani Zonda Cinque by JM Brick. Now this thing looks really amazing, one of my very favorite cars. Just a really nice job of it. Again, another model that's a nice balance of details and also clean building at the same time. I like the color scheme a lot. Standard Zonda Cinque Roadster, white with red stripe, carbon. Oh, nice job on the floating roof intake. Simple technique, but that looks very good. Interior also looks quite nice, and I like the rear a lot because the rear is there's not many Pagani mocks out there, but this one by far has the best rear, and also a very nice front end as well, very clean. And this is actually going to be available as a custom kit, so if you'd like to buy one, I'll link it down below, although by the time you're watching this video, it may be gone. Next up, we have the Toyota AE86 Sprinter Terreno by Brickster Quickster on Rebrickable. And this is a cool little model, and it's very kind of different to a lot of AE86 mocks that we've seen. It's actually 7 wide, which is really cool. The windshield uses an unusual technique that looks really good with some robot arms and some slopes. I like that. Same for the hood, which looks cool, very unusual technique. Looks like it's available in multiple colors as well, or buildable multiple colors. Yeah, it's a really nice little model of the AE86. Next up, we have the SSC Tuatara by Many Bricks. I assume that's how you say his name. It's a good name, but I assume that's how you say it. So as you can see here, the SSC Tuatara, kind of a controversial car in real life, I guess, but so maybe because of that nobody's bothered to build it, but I really like this model, and I like the rail car too, just for the record, I guess. But yeah, really nicely done. Lots of insane techniques used, especially around the front. I don't know how he's done some of this stuff in the front. This looks pretty insane, especially the headlights. And I really like this like subtle slope on the side. It's something that a lot of models don't really do, but he's done it here, and it looks very good. I also like the little winglets or whatever you call them on the rear. Those look very nice as well. Next up, we have this Mazda RX-7 FD by Lego JDM CarMox, and this is a super aggressive looking RX-7. We appear to have quite a big old front aero kit, and we have quite a big old rear aero kit. A lot of aero on this model. It looks quite nice. I like the black and white color scheme as well. Very cool. Aggressive looking FDs are always just really cool, and yeah, this one looks particularly cool. Next up, we have the 1966 Pontiac GTO by Luna Bricks official on Rebrickable. This is quite a nice model. I like the original Pontiac GTO quite a bit, and this is a really nice model. Very clean, some good shaping around the front, and just, yeah, really well done. Next up, we have something really awesome, the Ferrari 244 GTK, better known as the Ferrari 308 with a Honda K-Series engine in it, by DF3 Lego Mox. Now, if you guys follow modified cars, you'll know about Mike Stanceworks on the internet, and his Ferrari 308 with a Honda engine swap. This is basically a model of that. Now, as you can see, this is kind of a model of like the work in progress version, so it's like yellow car with the white body kit kind of attached to it, but it looks so cool. The renders that DF3 has put here together are quite insane. But as you can see, basically Ferrari 308, which is already cool. We have wide body, we have some crazy techniques used anyway, we have this crazy exposed engine K-Series in the back, a really cool aero kit, and just insane renders to top it off. Very well done by DF3, and yeah, super cool. Next up, we have the Camaro ZL1 1LE by Lego Car Designs on Instagram, and this is a really nice looking one. I believe it's kind of supposed to look like a Hennessy Exorcist Camaro, like the super tuned up one by Hennessy, but the black stripe on the side. But yeah, really well done. I really like this front grille technique, which is like flat, but it's also kind of rounded at the same time. That's really well done. And then the rear also looks quite nice, very detailed. I like the taillight technique, and the stripe going up the side is quite nice as well. And altogether, it makes for a really nice detailed looking model. Next up, we have the Mercedes W13 by Mr. Noob 159. Now, this is a model of the Mercedes W13 F1 car. Very good shaping on the sides. I'm not a huge F1 expert, but it looks very well done, very nicely shaped, and all around just a very nice looking model. Next up, we have the Hypercar by Chris Kruening. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, on Flickr. But basically, it is kind of a Bugatti Chiron-ish hypercar. So as you can see, there's just like some really insane techniques going on, and wow, it's just like a lot to take in. So you have lots of angles in the front, you have lots of angles in the back, you have angles in the sides, and it looks really insane. I really like these kind of fictional hypercar models, especially on the rear. This light bar, you have the exposed engine. I really like these slopes going up the side, or these wedge plates at an angle. That looks very nice. The 5 tailpipes also look really cool. And you have an interior opening doors, which is very cool. Next up, by MC Exotic Mox, we have the Pagani Huayra BC. Now this is a Pagani Huayra model with some really cool functions. We have the opening rear clamshell, I think it's called. We have opening doors, and we have an opening front trunk, which is really cool. Really nicely integrated. We also have some really nice details like the headlights and the kind of crazy Pagani wing mirrors, and the exhaust, which looks very good as well. Next up, we have the Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider by LH Mox, and this is a really nice 6-wide model of the Lamborghini Huracan Evo. It's really cool to see the Evo built in Lego, because usually it's not really, I think we have mostly Performantes built in Lego, so it's cool to see the Evo, and yeah, really well done. I especially like the rear. The rear just like screams Huracan model car, like not even Lego. It looks incredibly good. Same with the front, also looks really good, very clean, and yeah, just a really nice design. Next up, we have the Ford GT by Leo 1, and as you can see, this is a large scale model, so I think it's 16 studs wide, I don't exactly remember, of the 2017 Ford GT, and as you can see, it's just a really insane looking model. And as you guys know, I haven't built any of these before, so I can't talk too much about the design, but it looks incredibly well done, and yeah, it looks amazing. Especially from the rear, this angle looks really good. And yeah, just incredible shaping all around. Kind of too many different things going on to talk about all of them, but yeah, very well done. And also to go with the big Ford GT, we have a small 8-stud wide Ford GT by Danny Builds Lego on Instagram. And this is actually a second white 2017 Ford GT. This is obviously 8-stud wide version. And again, we have some really crazy techniques going on. I especially like the door technique, which looks incredibly complex, and the B-pillar technique, and the engine cover area technique. And yeah, it looks insane. There's so many crazy things going on here. There's some really good Ford GT models. Next up, we have the Corvette C8 Z06 by Brick Built Racers. And this is kind of an upgrade of his previous C8 Stingray model. But as you can see here, he's made some renders and basically kind of photoshopped them into the Chevrolet press photos, which look really good. I especially like the yellow one. That looks really cool. He's basically added the Z06 package and design variation to his Corvette model. And yeah, it looks really good. Next up, we have the Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC AMG 6.0 by Brickzone 52. As you guys probably know from some of my videos, I'm a big AMG fan, and this is a really cool model of a really cool car. I especially just like the whole kind of front area. It looks really mean, really clean. I'm not trying to rhyme here, but it just, yeah, it looks really good. Especially also the taillights with the grille tiles look insane, as well as the little exhausts, which are, you know, just like this bar holder, but they look amazing. Next up, we have this Datsun 510 wagon by Mach Atelier, and obviously the first crazy thing you'll notice is that it's turquoise, dark turquoise as Lego calls it, I think. Second thing is that it's 7 wide, and third, it just looks really very insane, and there's so many crazy techniques going on with this one. I mean, he's got some really cool fitment going. He's got tri-spoke wheels, he's got this tow hook in the front, he's got this cool window attachment thing, he's got this cool rear window thing going on, he's got these cool tail lights. It's like so much cool stuff on this one. It's a really nice model. Oh, I should say it appears that the wheel design and fitment was inspired by J.E. Brickworks, so you might want to go check him out as well. Next up, we have the Oldsmobile Super 88 by Brickening. This is a really crazy model. As you can see, it's actually bright light orange, which is, I think, literally the only other Lego car seen this color is the official McLaren P1 set from a very long time ago. And there are just some really crazy parts usage here. You have these crutches in the front, you have roller skate, you have this triangular three-pointed piece on the top of the hood. I mean, it's a 6-wide model, and then you have this really insane windscreen with curved bricks that are transparent, and even around the rear you have some really cool techniques going on. It looks insane, really well done, and yeah, definitely a builder who's kind of underrated. I think he's mostly posted stuff on Flickr, but if you haven't followed his page yet, you should. Next up, by Ilya Builder 724, we have the Suzuki Cappuccino from Initial D. I'm not a huge Initial D expert, so I can't really tell you much about the Initial D part, but I can tell you it's a very nice looking Suzuki Cappuccino in 5 wide. And it's really nicely proportioned, really nicely detailed, very clean at the same time. Basically everything that you would like for a good Lego model. I especially like the painted wheels. I always like when people push some limits, if that makes sense. But yeah, really well done. Next up, we have the BMW i8 by 8 Wide is Better. And this is not a car that is very replicated in Lego at all. But as you can see, 8 Wide is Better has done an excellent job of replicating it. It looks just like an i8. Really like the headlight technique and also the usage of the intake parts for the grills. I also really like the tail lights, which look basically immediately recognizable, and just, yeah, really good job all around. Next up, we have the Toyota GR86 by Lego My Car. Now, this is a really nice, very clean model of the Toyota GR86 in red, and yeah, just really good job here. I like the technique for this sloped area with the headlights. It looks very nice. And yeah, just all around, really clean, nice engine detail, nice rear detail. But yeah, like I said, super clean. And also really nicely detailed, which is a really, and this one is particularly nicely balanced. I know I've said that for a lot of models in this video, but yeah, really well done. Next up, we have the McLaren MP44 by Jerry Builds Bricks. And this is a really incredible looking model. Again, a large scale model, or larger scale model. And yeah, as you can see, we have the F1 car. We have a nice kind of like display stand, and we have a engine model here. So a really nice looking display. I really like the livery integration, especially around the rear with these wedge tiles. And yeah, just a really incredible looking model. Next up, we have a prototype race car by Prototype Brickworks. And this is just like a next level Lego model. There's so many insane techniques used on this one. I mean, there's just like, it just looks so nice, and you have custom stickers, and there's just like a lot to take in. We have this Martini livery, it's asymmetrical, which is incredibly cool. You have covered up rear wheels. You have just really nice shaping on the sides and the rear and the back, and wow, there's just a ton going on here. I highly recommend you go look at his Instagram page and just kind of take in all the details yourself, because it's quite a crazy thing to look at. Next up, we have the Porsche 963 by SFH Bricks, and this is a second 963 that we featured in one of these videos. This one looks very nice. It's actually also the second 963 that we featured with a custom sticker sheet, which is very interesting. But yeah, super well done. I really like the rubber band tail light and the kind of shaping of the cabin area. It looks quite nice. And yeah, another really well done race car from SFH. Next up, we have the Mitsubishi Evo 5 from Custom Creations. And again, like a lot of models in this video, this is very well detailed and very clean at the same time. Incredible job on the front here, where we have the 8 wide bumper, and then we have lots of details in there, and then we have 7 wide area above that, and you have the front grille with those bars. Super well done. Rear is also super clean. Really nice job on the taillights, getting all those angles in there. Next up, we have the Koenigsegg Regera by 3D Supercar Bricks, another 16 stud wide large scale model. This is a really nice one. Obviously it's Koenigsegg Regera, extremely cool. It is an extremely cool color scheme as well, dark blue with black and the orange interior, and it has the opening clamshell front and rear, which is really super cool. And I really like how the headlights kind of stay down here on the bottom while the front opens, I think just like the real car. And 3D printed wheels look very nice. Next up, we have the Porsche Carrera GT by Pingo Bricks, which is another large scale model, which is also with a real size Carrera GT, which is really cool. And yeah, I'll just let you kind of look at this because it looks incredibly cool to have the real car with the model Carrera GT. Next up, we have the Lamborghini Terzo Millennio by Lego Autos, another 16 stud wide car, or large scale car actually. This might be bigger than 16 studs wide, I can't tell exactly, but very well done. Not a car that's very often replicated in Lego. On the front, we have some really cool shaping for the headlights and just the kind of general front area. Also nice shaping on the sides and also on the rear. I really like the taillights. Those are very nicely done. And finally, we have the Nissan Hardbody Drift Truck by White Pen. And again, another really clean model. That was unintentional that there were so many very clean models in this video, but there just happened to be. I like the front end a lot. I like the integration of the headlights, and the black fenders are cool to kind of get that wide body look. And yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. So that was a lot of models, maybe too many for one video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, if you want to get your models featured in a future video, keep an eye out, and I'll post something eventually before I make another video, because I'll probably make another one in December. And yeah, thanks for watching, so I will see you guys next time.